Don't never stop if you wanna be on top, bitch.
Low waist, fat ass bitch, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, nigga, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Fucking.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with
Melissa,
and today's video
is about COVID-19.
19. Yeah. So a day in the life of a nurse that works COVID-19. I made her wear her scrubs. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
Scrubs. Yeah. Do you want to change?
No, actually I love my scrubs. They're very comfortable.
See, there you go. So before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video for more content from us. I didn't write any questions, so this is just a Cama'S gonna ask you whatever Cama when I ask you.
All right,
you ready?
I'm here.
All right. So first things first. Some of you guys don't know the COVID-19 pandemic. She worked the floor that had the patients. Tell us something about it.
What do you want to know? That's so broad.
Okay.
All right.
I can break it down. Okay. When you were first assigned to that floor, what was your mindset? Like, what were you feeling?
Let me be honest. So
Honesty.
100%. When COVID first hit in March, I had only been a nurse for 5 months.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Alright. So I was already intimidated by becoming a first-year nurse, you know, dealing with my own patients and taking care of people. And there you go, with these people that are very sick, that people are still figuring out why they're sick, because doctors were still trying to figure out what COVID is, how COVID can be treated, because remember in the news there was different treatment one day, another one another day. So it was very scary because the experts, because we're humans, right? We have this habit of like saying, okay, something's wrong, let's fix it.
Right.
But it was humbling because we didn't have the answers. It was very frustrating and humbling because we realized we're just humans. We don't know everything, and that's why there's a higher power. So I was never assigned. They just up and decided that our floor was gonna become the COVID unit. And
y'all, she not used to this yet because she keep looking everywhere else but the lens.
Okay.
You're talking to them, so eye contact.
All right, let me give y'all the tea. All right, so they were like, you know what? Let's make this floor a COVID floor. So my floor became a COVID unit.
What was your family's reaction like? Oh, Malu, you working with COVID-19 patients?
People in my family was avoiding me like the plague. My sisters didn't want to be around me because, you know, they have kids, they have children. I understood that. My mom was praying every day. She was in that Bible every day. She was trying to find reasons for me to like go to other floors. But you know, the honest truth is I'm young, I'm healthy. That's where they're gonna put me.
And you gotta do what you gotta do, and look at you, you still alive to this day.
And I was thankful to have a job, because when COVID first hit, a lot of people lost their jobs.
Exactly. A lot of people were just sitting at home waiting for that
unemployment check.
Anyways, let's not even get into that. Let's get busy done. How would you describe the hospital scene, like from, well, the different floors, from the COVID floors to like the regular, you know, everyday floors?
Okay, so as COVID started getting worse, the more units we had to open. So basically my whole tower, 8 floors, was just COVID, and we separated by how critical the patients were. We had least criticals, which is like med-surg, to ICU people who are on vents. So that's how the hospital was. But my whole hospital, my whole tower, which is a part of the hospital, was just COVID.
Okay, so was there at any point in time where you was like, I don't want to work this floor, or I don't want to be, can we switch? Is there something I can do? Like, did you ever get to that point?
Yes, so that point happened. I'll never forget. 2nd week of July, I was off for 3 days. I remember I had worked 4 days, I was off 3, and I was back. And then when I walked into my unit had been transformed into one of the more critical units. So we became ICC, which is like just one step below ICU. So our patients were very sick because COVID is just basically think respiratory. You can't breathe. So when you can't breathe, you can, you know, go to the other side real quick. So there was a week where we had very sick people that were just passing away, and that was the week that, you know, it was very stressful, and that's when I wanted to, you know, quit.
From you actually working the floors, working in the hospital, getting like the first-hand experience to what you glimpsed on the news or on social media, was it accurate, like as far as numbers, as far as symptoms, as far as by states? You know how they was like, oh, Florida this and that. Was it like any accuracy and all that?
Well, it's kind of hard to answer that question because you're so preoccupied with what's going on. You just know your numbers. So I know that my floor was full. We didn't have an empty bed. So to me, I was like, damn, like we're getting our asses kicked because we needed beds. People were getting sick and we didn't have places to put them. We didn't have enough nurses to take care of them. So what we had to do was we had to take on more patients, which is not the safest thing, but we needed to, like, we don't have the personnel, people need the beds, so we had to put 2 people per room. So 2 people per room, each nurse had 4 patients, which we were supposed to only have 3.
Damn. Okay, so as far as people like, bye, I can't do this no more, I have kids at home, this is not worth it, was there like a lot of that in your tower, like a lot of people quitting? Or
well, a lot of people quit during COVID. Like we had a whole turnover just because the way a lot of employees felt that management didn't have their backs when it came to COVID.
I know you can't talk about certain things, but as far as the patients, like, cause I'm thinking, damn, if I had COVID and I was, what is it, admitted, and I was admitted to the hospital, and I can't have no family members, hold that thought, I can't have no family members by my side or whatever, like, what were their
mindset, okay,
or their spirits? Or
it was, so from the patient point of view, it was heartbreaking because they're isolated, they're in a room, they can't have visitors, they can't have outside, you know, sometimes patients have, you know, outside like belongings, you know, they have their PS4, some people like to have their like specific things that they like to like connect to home. You can't have any outside things coming in. You like shut in this room, and a COVID length of periods day is anywhere from 11 to 20 days. So you're in that room for over a week, and all you're seeing is these people gowned up, face covered. You can't connect to me because you can't see my face, you can't see my smile. You just see someone wearing a bunch of stuff, doing things to you, and I'm trying to talk to them, but as you can tell, that mask, you can't hear much. And then they're in a room that's a negative pressure room that's being filtered out, so that room is very loud. It's very loud already, and then like the mask, I can't really communicate because I have to yell for them to hear me. Oh, I can't yell for 2 hours, so sometimes I have to be quiet and just do my job, but I feel bad because I know that person is lonely. All they're doing is watching TV.
Shishi, you have a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if she asked this question already, but you know how I be watching videos and stuff about, you know, people who are not, who is not diagnosed with COVID, and then they go to the hospital, and then because of a sickness, you know, or flu or something like, but then they quickly diagnose them as they're sick. Do that happen a lot?
Oh, a lot of that was happening. I had a lot of coworkers that left or like state to go help with New York and New Jersey, because as you guys know, those states were slammed like with COVID patients. They were the hot spot at the beginning. So I had a lot of coworkers come back and tell me that the conditions, we're lucky guys. I know we talk a lot of ish about Florida, but the way COVID hit them didn't hit us like that
at all.
Because from my coworkers that came back and was telling me, they had 7 to 8 patients per nurse over there. They had people, they were just triaging. You remember back in triage, they tell, okay, you're gonna live, so we're gonna give you a lot of help. You might not live, so you 80, you 70, you're not gonna survive COVID pneumonia. So to them, I'm sorry, they don't have enough resources to help them. So it feels like they're just a number, but the reality is, if you've ever been through a natural disaster like an earthquake or hurricane, tornadoes, or like a pandemic, they always try to keep the young and the people that have a lot of life left to live alive first. So they don't have enough resources, they don't have enough personnel. So a lot of people died because they had a lot of comorbidities, so they had a lot of other diseases that, you know, kind of decreased their chance of survival, and they had old age. So all those people unfortunately passed away. So that's why those numbers were jacked up, because it hit them hard. They didn't have enough ventilators to put them on, because they can't breathe for themselves. They have to have a machine breathe for them, and you know those machines cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each, so they can't. So it turned out to be just numbers. They just died.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And back to what Shishi was saying, I don't know if you dealt with that part, or you just deal with when they are diagnosed and critical, whatever. So was there like a lot of instances where people come in, there's nothing wrong with them, well, they don't have COVID, but now they stuck? Were you like a part of that group?
Okay, so I think I know what you guys are referring to. Is it the false positives, like people were getting tested but it was saying that they had COVID but they didn't have COVID? Is that what you're referring to?
That, and also the fact that, let's say I don't have COVID, but
I get it during the hospital stay.
Yeah, well, I go there, so therefore now I gotta isolate myself from everybody else.
All right, so the way it works is, there's like, science is not 100% proof. You know that there's gonna be false positives, just like I'm sure you guys heard stories that people thought they had cancer and turned out they didn't, because human error is very much possible. So I get a patient from the emergency room where they feel like they have those symptoms, correct? They bring them up to me, I isolate them, I test them for COVID, and I wait for the results to come back. And then if the results are positive, then I go towards treatment. If the results are negative, then we send them to a non-COVID floor where they can treat what's the cause. So I'm a human. Sure, a lot of people have tested people. If you don't go far enough, because you have to go deep. I'm sure you guys heard that. You have to go deep. You have to have them blow their nose first. You have them to have a perfect angle first. If you don't test them right, or you don't get enough samples, there have been people who have been false positives. So that's gonna happen because certain people didn't test them right. So that had happened.
When I see the test, the thing, I'm like, hell to the no.
It's people jerk. Like, I've had people almost hit me because I tell them, like, you know, it's gonna be uncomfortable, so get ready, and they're not ready for it. And when I go down, and you know, reflexes kick in, and their thing is to just jerk.
I feel like I've seen it, and I still wouldn't be prepared for that thing to go up my nose or down my nose, wherever it's going.
And then that's why we get false positives, because sometimes the nurse will be like, you know what, I'm not gonna put them through them again, or that was enough. But with me, I'm like, no, because I don't want to risk somebody being in the hospital if they don't need to be there.
Yeah.
So
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nurse Melissa. If you have any more questions about her personal experience, and again, this is her personal experience because she was there and you weren't, so I don't want to hear what statistics blah blah blah
yeah,
because that's her.
And I want to say one thing. Statistics, remember in school, statistics is a broad view. It's a large group of people, so statistics are always gonna be small. It's gonna be like 2%, 3%. But remember, people are not statistics. If one person passed away, that's to someone's mother, someone's brother. So to them, it's very real. To use just a number, but to that person, it's their whole life. That's just someone that was part of the life that passed. So have respect for that.
Thank you. And also, COVID is very much still out here.
Yes,
so
please. It's better. It's better, but wear your mask. I'm not telling y'all not to have fun. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and wipe.
Stay away from people.
Hang out with the same group of people. Don't try. This is not the time to make new friends. This is not the time to be on Tinder swiping crazy.
Don't do it.
Stick with your boyfriend. Stick with your girls. Stick with your family, and you'll be good.
You probably with somebody else.
That's not that type of video.
You probably with somebody else.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. For more content from Nurse Melissa
And Kama.
and me, you know, I'm the, you know,
A very great host.
there you go. Okay, follow us on the gram, foreign.comma and
At Maloo97. MALOO97.
MALOO 97. Okay, I'm gonna have it on the screen for y'all. And that is all. Oh, also, we're gonna drop a hygiene video soon, so
Ask your questions.
be prepared. Yeah, ask your questions in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.
Ass bitch, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, nigga, tap in.